I'd rather hear boos than just silence. Like boos will hype me up. Like, all right, crowd is against me. I get a chip on my shoulder. But if I just come out to silence, that's gonna mess with my confidence even more. That's gonna f me up. You feel me? That's gonna play a lot of mind tricks. Damn, this guy fought a guy who had a record of 17 wins and 33 defeats. Oh nah. And we are live. Welcome to another episode of AB Trapper Combat. And today we're going to be talking about the best fight that happened over the weekend. Naoya Inoue versus Ramon Cardenas. Man, what a great, exciting fight. Every fight that Inoue is in, it's going to be an exciting fight. I could see why he's the superstar that he is, a global superstar. And he didn't disappoint, Same thing with Ramon Cardenas. He showed out. I'm sure he gained a lot of fans, a lot of respect, especially within the Mexican community. But overall, just the Latino community, I feel like, they gave him a lot of respect on social media. Inoue, he showed why he's one of the best. He showed why he's pound for pound. He got knocked down in round 2, came back up, and knocked out Ramon. And that's the way you do it. It was a great fight. Ramon was in there trying to fight. He didn't back down. And that's why I think he got knocked out, because he wasn't in there trying to survive. He was throwing everything that he had in the ring. He was leaving it there. And, it is what it is. I respect that guy. He said that he doesn't care about losing. He loves boxing and he loves the sport. And I have a lot of respect for people like that. There was a lot of people that didn't want to fight Inoue. A lot of people pulled out. And Ramon stood up and he stood and went through the whole event. He didn't pull out. He wasn't scared. And, he did what he had to do. It was impressive. Round 2, he almost finished him. He almost pulled the upset. But Inoue showed that he's a beast. He's a beast. He's built different. And he's really impressive, man. Now you have this guy, Rafael Espinoza. He's been calling out Inoue for a very long time. And I think they actually had a face-off. Well, not a face-off. They was next to each other. And look at this height difference, man. The big height difference. He's a big guy. And he's been saying that Inoue been ducking him. But it looks like this is going to be the next fight because Espinoza was there. Inoue, he had to take the picture next to him, even though he didn't want to. So I think this is next. He's undefeated. He's been looking very impressive himself. 27 wins with 23 knockouts. He feels like he got what it takes to beat Inoue. You have Inoue who's 5'5" with a 67-inch reach. The other guy was, I know he had a 74-inch reach, and I think he was 6'1", if I'm not mistaken. 6'1", and he had a 74-inch reach. So that's gonna be tough for Inoue. It's gonna be tough, and Inoue's been showing weakness to his chin. I don't want to say he got a glass chin. I don't want to go that far. But all I'm going to say is Luis Neri was a knockout artist. Very strong guy. Cardenas is a average, I'm not going to say average, but 50% of his fights are either knockout or decision. That's a good ratio. But I just think that every time that Inoue gets hit, he's getting hit clean. he's not defending correctly. He's leaving himself open. We haven't seen nobody like, put a beating on Inoue. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they landed a one nice clean punch and it was a flash knockdown, but it hasn't been like a stinging power where we see Inoue backing up. We never seen Inoue backing up. Even though he got knocked down, he doesn't back up because he doesn't feel like their power is a threat. Now against Rafael Espinoza, undefeated, hungry. He's been calling Inoue out for a long time. I love the confidence. I love to see it. And he might be the one. But he's probably going to need to go to Japan to fight Inoue. And is Rafael Espinoza ready for a stage like that? To fight in someone else's hometown territory and try to defeat them in front of their own people. And you don't have no fans out there. So he never fought outside of Mexico, never fought outside of America. I mean, the United States, They say South America, North America. That's America's. So is he ready for a stage like that to fight in front of a crowd of all Japanese people not cheering him on? They're not going to boo him because they're not disrespectful. Well, they find that disrespectful. So they're not going to do that. But they're just going to stay silent. It's just going to be silence when you come out. I'd rather hear boos than just silence. Like, boos will hype me up. Like, all right, crowd is against me. I get a chip on my shoulder. But if I just come out to silence, that's going to mess with my confidence even more. That's going to F me up, you feel me? That's going to play a lot of mind tricks. Damn, this guy fought a guy who had a record of 17 wins and 33 defeats. Oh, nah. Oh, man. These guys' records be so impressive, but when you really look deep into their resume, it's like, I don't know anymore. 3 wins and 21 losses. Come on, bro. It took him 2 rounds to knock him out. Jesus. Yeah, man. Shout out to Inoue. I hope that he fights again in the United States, but I'm sure that he wants to go back to Japan and fight in front of his people and fight, on his territory. But that's all I got for you. Don't forget to drop a like, a subscribe, a comment, a share. Do all that good stuff for me. Until next time.